Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for Sports Battlefield, continuing on with Season 1. Our first, the undercard matchup for our main event that we'll see. The main event being Jim versus Sandy, both 1-1 to see who can move on to a 2-0 record. We have our 0-1s here with Kaleb and Malcolm, but I'm not alone. As always, Dan Skip Allen joins me. Dan, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to this for a while, ever since I got I couldn't make it for the big madness at the multiplex. What was it? Madness? What was it?
Mayhem at the multiplex.
Mayhem at the multiplex. I wish I had been there for that, but you know, I'm a busy man.
Yes, you had to go see your little movies. But yeah, it was the last of our inaugural matches. Of course, Brooklyn coming out with a victory over Jonathan Peck. So we'll see if Brooklyn can keep that on to keep going in the season. We'll see that sometime later this month. But right now we have the undercard to the main event. And both of these guys, Malcolm and Kaleb, I think looking to rewrite their unfortune with their first matches. Of course, Sandy beating Kaleb and Jim beating Malcolm. Both these two, I think, are looking to prove that they know a lot more than what they knew their first match. So it's going to be interesting to see out of these two who's going to move up there in the standings. But both of them ready, I think, Dan.
Yeah, we got to make sure we don't have any secret categories like Jeremy Adams likes to put in there.
Yeah, well, this ain't Warzone, and this goddamn well ain't Full Fucking Metal, so we don't have to worry about any secret categories here. But I think enough of us. Let's go hear what our competitors have to say right now.
It's a mad world, baby, and the Mad King is back. Y'all want me to be that? Well, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And I am here to avenge that loss to Sandy. I don't know where tennis came in. I don't know why that was on the wheel, but there will be no tennis here today. I am here because there's a New Zealander, a little Aussie, the down under of the down under that wants to fight. And I don't have much to say about Malcolm. He's average. He's bland. He's like a teddy bear, but like that teddy bear that's so generic that you don't pick it off the shelf for your kid. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and end this real quick. So, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm back again. I'm up against a loudmouth, a fountain of madness, but I think I can topple the Mad Titan because all kings must fall. Good and bad kings must fall. Like you've got King Joffrey that fooled. I'm here to win. I'm here to prove I know something about sports, and I proved that I could get at least one victory in this league. So,
all right, we've heard from both of our players. Both of them sound confident. Kaleb going on his Mad King speech as usual. So we'll see if the King can top it or can topple Peter Jackson, or will Peter Jackson Middle Earth sports his way to a victory and throw the Mad King off the Tower of Isengard in a special edition and impale him. Dan, what do you think of that?
You know what? I think Kaleb, he talks his big game, and we have Malcolm, who's just, everybody loves Malcolm, but he surprises. He will come and surprise you. His knowledge is very surprising how much he knows about things. So if I'm Kaleb, I would not be so quick to just, be like brushing him off like he's just going to destroy Malcolm here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it is, but let's go into proper introductions. Introducing first, with a record 0 wins, 1 defeat, he is representing Kings of Winter and himself, the King, Kaleb Koho. And his opponent, representing the Peter Jackson Lookalike Association of the World, Middle-earth, Rugby, once we start season 2, just to fuck with Koho. Entering in at a record of 0 wins, 1 defeat. He is the Crusher, Malkore Lay. All right, both of them seem ready to go, but let's get out of the way. The rules for round 1. Round 1 will work as such. Each competitor has 8 questions from 8 predetermined categories worth 1 point apiece. There is no deduction for a wrong answer. They will have 15 seconds to write said answer on their whiteboard or pen or paper, whatever they have available. When called upon, you will show your answer as well as verbalize it. Spelling, as long as you're close, will take it. Verbalization is the key here, folks. And there is no stealing in round 1. So with that out of the way, Kaleb, are you ready?
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Malcolm, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go to battle in sports. Dan Skip Allen, take us with question number 1.
Okay, here we go, boys. Good luck to both of you. In the UFC, at UFC 203, CM Punk made his UFC debut against whom? You guys watched that fight last night?
I heard about that during a taping that, of course, Nico thought like we cared. Three, 2, 1. Pens down. Please verbalize your countdown, Dan, for future reference. Let's start with Kaleb Koho first.
Would that be Jose Aldo?
That would be incorrect. Malcolm?
I got nothing.
Dan, would you like to give us the answer?
The answer was a gentleman by the name of Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall.
Wouldn't have got it.
I wouldn't have got it either, guys, if that makes any difference.
I was actually watching this fight with a bunch of friends, and my God, Punk got his ass kicked. But let's see if they do better with their next question in the NFL. And your question is, what NFL quarterback has the most Super Bowl appearances with 8 times? You can go to the Super Bowl 8 times, Dan. That's no small feat for a quarterback.
That means you had to have a long career and a pocket of protection.
Yes. For us fans, it means you have to have a pocket of money that, we're not millionaires, so we're fucked.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's go to Malcolm first this time.
Is it Peyton Manning?
Ooh, that is incorrect.
Peyton
rival.
Manning's a better quarterback. It's Tom Brady.
Yes, it is Tom Brady, but Peyton Manning, a very big rival of Tom Brady.
I think Eli's the bigger rival. He beat him twice.
Well, no, that's his bigger thorn in his side, but he cheated those seasons.
I mean, probably about half of those Tom Brady cheated his team into the Super Bowls there.
Sure.
Yes. Speaking of cheating, go ahead, Dan. Give us question number 3.
Oh, man, oh, God. That is not a good segue. All right, and the third question in the category of the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Muggsy Bogues ended his career playing for what NBA team? Not what team he started playing with. What team did he end playing with?
Did you say Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues.
The shortest player in history, but the biggest heart.
Tell you what, this guy had a huge heart. When you're short like that and you could play amongst those giants, it's incredible.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he ever dunked, though. I don't think, Dan, unless I'm wrong.
Now, somebody else, another short player, did dunk, though. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's go to the king first.
I went with one of the hole-in-the-wall teams of the league, Charlotte Hornets.
Not a bad guess, but incorrect. Malcolm, were you able to
LA
get it?
Lakers.
Also incorrect. Dan, what was our correct response?
Actually, Malcolm, that was the first team he played for.
Is it the Wizards?
Hornets was the first team he played for.
Oh.
The last team he played for was the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Very short season, but nevertheless. All right, gentlemen, your fourth question is in Dan's favorites, MLB. And your question, Mr. October was the nickname of what legend, famous MLB player?
Yeah. When you get a name like Mr. October, you better have been in the playoffs or in World Series a lot of times.
Also, from one of my favorite movies, but, I loved seeing his cameo.
Is that Tom Selleck? Oh, God.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Is that Mr. October, Tom Selleck?
Oh, no.
Oh.
He was actually in this movie. It wasn't Tom fucking Selleck.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's go to Malcolm first this time.
Barry Bonds.
That is incorrect. Caleb, were you able to get it?
I had Tom Selleck written down as the joke. Then you said Tom Selleck, so I just put Joe Mauer.
Unfortunately,
Joe Mauer is a guy that played all right last week or 2 weeks ago. Whatever.
The correct answer we were looking for, though, was Reggie Jackson, who was in Basketball, one of my favorite movies.
Oh, okay.
and if you were watching the World Series, the playoff games with the Red Sox and Yankees, you could have spotted him in the crowd. All right. So, in the next question, the fifth question in the category of auto racing. Auto racing. What racing team does Kyle Busch currently race for? Kyle Busch.
He's what I like to call a firecracker of a player because you don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Busch.
But you know what? He backs it up on the racetrack. I hated him. I've hated him for so many years, but the guy backs it up on the racetrack.
He does, but my God, do not get this man drunk because it will not end pretty for anyone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's go to Caleb first.
FedEx?
That is incorrect. Malcolm?
I put Ferrari.
Dan, would you like to give us the correct answer?
Both of you guys are on the wrong track there. It's Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yes.
Cool. Wouldn't have gotten that at all.
No one's been studying. Tisk, tisk. All right. In tennis, which I can already hear Kaleb Koho's eyes rolling in the back of his
Y'all lied
head.
to me when you said it wasn't going to be on here.
I never said no such thing. Your question in tennis, Maria Sharapova dated what famed American tennis player in 2005?
So you don't have that many choice. You have a lot of choices here, guys.
Yeah, but if you remember this like I do, it was just like, really? Him?
Yeah, of all the people she could have been dating.
Me? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. She probably wouldn't even remember you if you were the last man on Earth, Tim. 5.
Yeah, you're fired.
3, 2, 1.
All right. With that, I'm also accepting applications for co-hosting and question writing for Sports Battlefield. So if you're interested, put your name in the comments below. But let's start with Malcolm.
Andre Agassi.
Close. A little too old for Malcolm or Caleb.
Said McEnroe. I don't know.
That's
definitely way too old. The correct answer, Andy Roddick. Andy Roddick.
Never heard of that person before. Cool.
Both young starlets at the time.
Oh, cool. Eagles missed a touchdown pass. That's good.
Dan, go ahead with our last question.
all right. And
Our penalty.
last question in the category of the National Hockey League, the NHL. How many Stanley Cup wins do the Pittsburgh Penguins have? Now, this is a very good hockey team. I'll tell you what, the Penguins have been a thorn in my team's side for many years.
I think they've been a thorn in a lot of people's sides for their Stanley Cup hopes, but as I am a heavy Dallas fan, all of Pittsburgh is not that far away from all of Philadelphia, so I hold no regards to both of them, Dan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's go to the King first.
Is it 7?
Close, but no cigar. Malcolm.
Is it 5?
Malcolm hits it.
Oh, I
Malcolm
5 and I switched it. Dang it.
Ah.
Good job, Malcolm.
The Brooklyn Veil Curse +1 hits the King, but Malcolm gets on the board with it.
God.
And we go to our last question. In the realm of soccer, how many teams to date comprise the MLS, American Canadian Soccer League?
Hope you're good at counting cities.
Well, I mean, the MLS, since I've been looking into it and studying it, very interesting little thing for our side of the pond compared to the Premier League, Dan.
They were very excited to have one in my town that I live in, but not so much anymore since they stink. 5, 4,
Yeah, usually when a team stinks, it doesn't go well.
1.
All right, that is the countdown. We will go to Malcolm first.
Is it 69?
Very fun number, but no, very far off. Caleb?
I said 42.
Closer. Dan, how many teams?
Oh, wow. Malcolm, come on now, buddy. It's 23.
23. Okay.
Yes. Fun fact, 20 American, 3 Canadian.
I thought it was 5
But-
Canadian and like 30-something American cities. I don't know.
Nah. But coming out of round 1, Dan, would you like to run down the scores for us?
We got a very high score of 1-1.
All right. And with that, we go into round 2, and round 2 works as such. It is our lovely wheel round. And with that, we go into our categories. Players can spin 2 times. If they don't like the first one, they can spin again, unless they land on players or opponent's choice. Each category has 4 questions to go along with it, worth 2 points apiece. They can opt down to multiple choice if need be for 1 point. And there is also stealing in this round, so if you mess up, your opponent can pounce on it. Now, since we are tied, Caleb, you are the higher-ranked competitor out of you two. You do have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right. Malcolm, you will be first up for our lovely wheel here by wheeldecide.com, Millennial Milestone Academy. Who fucking cares? But our categories, as always, soccer, UFC, NHL, NBA, NFL, auto racing, tennis, MLB, and, of course, players and opponent's choice. So, Malcolm, your spin is in.
I wanted to introduce golf in the second part of this season, but Tim said no.
NHL. Would you take NHL or spin again?
Spin again.
All right, Malcolm, spinning again.
Golf is going to be an interesting category when we actually get to it.
Tiger
Oh,
Woods will be my answer all the time.
Tennis. Malcolm lands on tennis that he will be going with, proctored by Dan Skip Allen.
All right, Malcolm. In the category of tennis, good luck, like I said before. All right, your first question in the category of tennis. What year saw Andy Roddick win his only Grand Slam title in the U.S. Open? Wow. I thought he would have gotten more than 1 Grand Slam title, Tim.
No, unfortunately, he only had 1 because he wasn't as good as he was hyped up to be.
Multiple choice.
All right. Malcolm, your multiple choice options are A, 2001, B, 2002, or C, 2003, or D, 2004.
Was it 2004?
Oh, Caleb, it's your chance to see if you can get a steal.
Can I hear the multiple choice options one more time?
A, 2001, B, 2002, C, 2003, or D, 2004.
I'm going to go 2003.
You got it right. 2003. You got a steal.
1 point steal
1 point steal for Malcolm. All right.
for Caleb.
For Caleb. Caleb. All right. Next question, Malcolm. What Grand Slam title has John McEnroe won the most in his career? You got 4 choices. Oh, tennis. I love tennis. I know we're going to call this the inaugural Sandy Robinson category.
Was it Wimbledon?
Unfortunately, that is wrong, Malcolm. First 2 point steal. Caleb.
U.S. Open?
You got it. That's a
Really?
For Caleb.
Yes.
Holy crap.
2 big points.
All right. Next question, Malcolm. What player won the 2018 U.S. Open? That's very recent, Malcolm. That happened in August.
I'm going for multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are as follows. A, Juan Martin Del Potro. B, Roger Federer. C, Andy Murray. Or D, Novak Djokovic.
I want to say Novak Djokovic.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
2 points for Malcolm.
Actually, knew
point.
that one.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's 1 point. It's multiple choice.
Yeah, that one.
Not bad on that. Multiple choice. So you got 1 point. Okay. And your final question in the category of tennis, which is the inaugural Sandy Robinson category. Marat Safin, former world #1 in the year 2000, turned Russian politician, began his professional tennis career in what year?
Multiple choice.
A, 1997. B, 1996. C, 1995. Or D, 1994.
Was it 1996?
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Caleb for the steal.
Okay, the multiple choice options one more time.
A, 1997. B, 1996. C, 1995. Or D, 1994.
How about 1994?
That is incorrect as well.
95?
Nope.
Okay, 97. I was between 95 and 94. So.
Yeah. Fun fact: he didn't last that long for a professional career, and then he went to politics. Go figure.
All right, smart move.
But Dan, what is our score coming out of Malcolm's round 2?
Because Caleb got a couple steals, he is up 4-2 on Malcolm, and it's his turn to spin the wheel.
Caleb, it is your turn to spin. Tennis is off the board.
Beautiful. Hit me.
Disney is not on this category.
Okay, but the NFL is. Let's hit it.
Can we just put golf on there for the hell?
And we land on opponent's choice.
You just gave him a clue on what not to choose, too.
Malcolm, it landed on opponent's choice. You do have the option to give Caleb whatever category you see fit that is on the wheel.
Well,
I'm gonna
give off the wheel. So
I'm going to give him soccer.
All right. I will be proctoring your soccer questions for you, Caleb.
It's the wrong football, Malcolm.
It's the right football for me.
Some steals. Good job, Malcolm.
All right. Caleb,
Yeah.
your first soccer question is, who has scored the most consecutive, let me just repeat that.
Yeah, okay.
What player has scored in the most consecutive Premier League matches?
This is a deep cut here.
I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Jamie Vardy, sorry. I can't pronunciate, go fucking figure. B, Alan Shearer, C, Jermaine Defoe, or D, Ryan Giggs.
C.
Malcolm, you have a chance to steal.
Alan Shearer.
That is also incorrect. It is Jamie Vardy with 11 in a row. 11 matches in a row he scored.
Sure. Oh, my God.
All right. Caleb, your second question.
Yep.
Which team is known as the villains in Premier League?
Multiple choice.
Your options are A, Chelsea, B, Everton, C, Aston Villa, or D, West Ham United.
Aston Villa.
That is correct for 1 point. He gets 1 point out of that. Nice. All right,
Makes sense
Caleb,
that Villa is literally in their name. So, all right.
your third question. Which team has won the most Premier League titles?
Multiple choice.
Your options: A, Manchester United, B, Manchester City, C, Chelsea, or D, Liverpool.
Ooh.
We're right in the heart of soccer season, too. I'll tell you, I've been really getting into it. But my team hasn't been playing that well lately, Tim.
I kind of be getting into the American one myself.
Liverpool.
Malcolm, you have a chance for a 1 point steal.
I'm pretty sure it's Manchester United.
And you are correct.
It was
Manchester
50-50. I was
13.
50-50.
Malcolm with a big 1 point steal there.
Great.
All right, Caleb, your last question to end soccer.
Good. Forever? Cool.
No, just for this match.
Oh, I'll take what I can get.
That's what I say in the dating world. Hey, all right. Your last question. Which team plays their games at St. Mary's Park?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Bournemouth, C, Arsenal, D, Southampton, or D, Fulham.
Fulham or D, whatever it is.
That is incorrect. Malcolm, you do have a chance for a steal.
Is it Bournemouth?
Also incorrect. The correct answer is Southampton. Southampton.
Did he just say what I just said?
No, he
Oh.
said A, you said D.
Oh, okay. They're all meshed together. It doesn't matter. They're all irrelevant.
So with that, Dan, what is our score coming out of round number 2?
Well, we got a tight match here. We got 5-3. 5-3. Anybody's
All right.
game at this point. Anybody's game at this point.
Yes, very close for these two. I expected nothing less for returning players such as these calibers. And we go with that into round number 3, and round number 3 works as such. Each competitor will have an option to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 8. Those numbers correspond with questions from categories. Their first option is worth 2 points. Their last option, 3 points. Or their first option, 2 points. Their second option, 3 points. And their last option, 5 big points. So they can score a lot of points if they can get the right questions. But coming out of that, Caleb, you are in the lead, so you do have the option to give your numbers first.
4, 7, 6.
All right. Number 4, number 7, number 6. Malcolm.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Keeping it simple. With that, Dan, Malcolm is behind. Would you like to proctor his questions to see if he can catch up here?
All right, Malcolm. Good luck. All right, your 1-pointer in round 3 is in the category of.
Your 2-pointer, actually.
I mean, your 2-pointer. Your 2-pointer. But your first question is in the category of auto racing. Auto racing. And your question is this. Jimmy Johnson has won how many NASCAR championships?
I actually freaking know this one. That's great.
And if you
is
watch
it
some racing,
is it
sometimes
5?
you say 5, huh? Unfortunately, Malcolm, you have the Brooklyn Veil disease. It's 6. All right. So your next question, your 3-point question, in number 2. The 3-point question in number 2. All right. Your 3-pointer in number 2 is in the category of tennis. Jimmy Connors and whom were primary rivals with each other in the 1980s?
Oh, I'm between 2. Was it Bjorn Borg?
I think it was the other one you were thinking of, Malcolm. It's
Was it
John
Agassi then?
McEnroe. John
Ah.
McEnroe.
Or
All right.
McEnroe. I knew that one. Interesting.
Now down to the final question, Malcolm. You must get this correct to stay in the match.
Or
So no
Caleb
pressure.
wins by TKO. Yes.
Caleb wins by TKO. All right. In category 3, your 5-pointer is thus. What 2 teams did the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat to win back-to-back Super Bowls titles in Super Bowl 9 and 10? What 2 teams did the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat to win back-to-back Super Bowl titles with Super Bowls 9 and 10?
Was it? I'm gonna go with Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! You got it.
Oh my god.
Malcolm hits it again. Oh my God. Oh my.
The fact that this question was asked was already offensive to me, and then he hits it.
I was really hoping Caleb was going to get this because he knows the history.
Yeah, very
Oh
painful.
my fucking God.
I'm pretty sure Malcolm knew it. He was just blue balling everyone.
And we're both here for it, Caleb. But with that, Malcolm hits it and throws it to Caleb.
What's the score?
The score is 8-5. So Caleb
Okay.
has to hit at least 4 points to win.
Okay, this is bad.
Caleb,
Right.
I will be proctoring your questions. Your first
I'd like to
number
say
you picked.
I just want to say really quick, that's not a 5-point question. Anyway, continue.
Of course, he cries. Caleb, your first number in number 4 forms with this category of UFC
All right, come on for that.
for your 2-pointer. How many of Conor McGregor's UFC fights have gone to a decision?
3.
So close. The Brooklyn Veil Curse
Is it
strikes
2?
again. It was 2, yes. All right, Caleb, you still have 2 questions here to easily get the points. Your 3-pointer comes in number 7, which is soccer.
Of course.
And your question for 3 points. What team in the Premier League plays at Goodison Park?
Manchester United.
Everton. Everton is the correct answer.
All right. Well, let's hope this 5-pointer is NBA or bust.
All right. Category number 6, you have chosen, sir, comes in NBA. Number 6 or bust, kid, your question.
Okay.
For 5 points. Larry Bird is from what Indiana town?
Oh, dear God. I thought you were going to say what team he plays for, which is the Boston Celtics, and I was going to be so happy. I don't see how this is a valid question for sports, but what Indiana town?
Yes. Does he hail from? You do have repeats. In fact, both of you have all your repeats. Fun fact.
I'll tell you what. This is for a fan of the Boston Celtics like myself, this is an absolute no-brainer question. But if you're not familiar with Larry Bird or the Boston Celtics or his lore, or maybe you haven't even read his book, I can see where this could be a difficult question.
Or not familiar with Indiana.
Or
5, 4, 3.
Let's run it back. Repeat the question.
That's your first repeat. Your question. Larry Bird is from what Indiana town?
yeah, I have. It's one of my favorite books, Drive, the story of Larry Bird, and I probably read it once a year.
I don't read.
I read. It helps your
I
brain.
watch movies.
I do too. I do too.
Yes, we know. That's why you couldn't show up for work one day. All right, we will go 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Second repeat. Larry Bird is from what Indiana town?
I got between 2 and I'm worried. I don't know.
We do have 1 repeat left. We go 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last repeat. It all comes down to this, folks. Larry Bird is from what Indiana town?
And with sports, there's a lot of details that I think it helps your knowledge if you know some of these types of details about athletes and stuff. And that's why we ask these types of questions, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, it's like collecting the trading cards, and you can find all the fun facts about them.
Yeah, that's the old.
Right? We go 5, 4, 3,
This could be it, boys.
2.
Gary, Indiana.
And your winner, the Crusher, Malcolm Lay.
Wow.
The correct answer.
Indianapolis?
French Lick,
Oh, I
Indiana.
wouldn't have gotten it. Wouldn't have gotten it.
Look,
French
Indiana.
Lick, Indiana.
And when we say town, we mean town.
That's why I went with Gary.
This is the small. It's like the smallest of small places, Caleb. I mean, you can't imagine how small this.
Well, some places like this is where you get great stars from. Dan, this was a hell all the way right down to the last questions. A hell of a match. Originally, it was looking like a TKO for Kaleb, but Malcolm able to pull that last NFL question out. And NBA, he wanted it, but he couldn't get it, man. It was...
Don't ask for what you can't get. Kaleb, don't.
With that, we'll go to post-match interviews, because I have a feeling we'll hear a lot from a certain competitor, but we'll go to them right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for post-match interviews, starting with our victorious winner, Malcolm. Malcolm, how you feeling after that first win, finally getting that win, proving that you can hold your own after that loss against Jim to beat his tag team partner, I guess you could say? You have to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how I managed to do it. But that 5 pointers more a case like, well, go for Dallas Cowboys, the one of the most famous NFL teams, and I thought, well, I'll go for Kaleb's favorite team, Minnesota Vikings. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But
Basically, just went for it. Half of it with at least Dallas has a name, and the other half, Kaleb's here. Fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the Josh McCougar of all guesses.
I mean, with this, Malcolm, this does put you at 1-1, and your next opponent will be the loser out of Cody Newberry and Lucas Schobach. How are you feeling now with facing off against either one of them?
Well, I mean, I'm fairly confident it's probably going to end up being Lucas, because I know Cody. I know really knows the sports. He's really going to be tough for anyone to beat. And I mean, I know Lucas. He's a loudmouth, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he knows about sports. So.
Yeah, both of them do know their MLB. I do know that for sure. But I mean, with that, it's going to be a good match regardless. And Malcolm, again, congratulations on the victory. Hopefully, this is one of many more we will see from you. And with that, we go to our unfortunate loser tonight, the King, Kaleb Koho. Kaleb, things didn't go your way in round 2, I think, for both of you. But how you feeling now at a little bit of a disadvantage, I guess, with the pack?
His question, not a 5-pointer. My question, not a sports question. That is a biography question. So this is BS. I should be 1-1. I was winning all game, and I'm just going to sit here and watch the Vikings beat the Eagles here at the end, unless somehow they choke too, and then I'm going to be pissed, and then it's just going to be a bad day, and doing homework is going to be a chore. So I'm just going to be honest here. I lost. Cool. The wheel hates me. Cool. But there's one person I want to face very badly. That's Jonathan Peck. So Jonathan, if you're out there, I know you're 0-1. I'm 0-2. We can make it work. I'll feed you your 0-2 on a nice silver platter, maybe gold if you're nice. And you can sit here in my spot, wallow in my pity, and then I can be 1-2. And by the time Malcolm gets eviscerated by whoever Cody or Lucas comes out of that, I'll take out Malcolm again, prove it was a fluke, become 2-2, and end the season maybe not in the playoffs or whatever. I don't really care, but I'm pissed that frickin' New Zealand beat me on the easiest 5-point question I've heard in my life.
I think you must be pretty psychic, because you wanted NBA for your 5-pointer. You wanted Jonathan Peck. And for the schedule for October 31st, the loser of this match would be facing Jonathan Peck. So
great.
You do have your match, it looks like.
Great. Hey, Jonathan, enjoy the time you have before your execution. It'll be, fine, awesome, wow, but just enjoy your time while you can, because I'm pissed. I'm mad as hell. I'm not taking it anymore, and you're next. So you're going to feel the full rage of a Mad King on Halloween. That is the worst time to be facing me. Some spooky shenanigans are going on. I'm going to hocus pocus the hell out of that wheel so it doesn't hate me. And I'll just watch you turn into a ghost by the time I'm done with you. So, bye-bye.
All right. And that's it for the King Kaleb Koho. Again, sorry for your unfortunate loss. But with that, we go back to our hosts right now. Dan, those were some strong words, I guess, in those post-match interviews. Malcolm has a heavy stack against or to work on with who he's facing next, and of course, the Psychic King himself, I guess you could say. He wanted NBA, he got it. He wanted he wanted Jonathan Peck. He's getting him. It's going to be interesting for those next matchups, Dan, for both of these two.
Yeah, well, let me just, he was attacking the questions. Look, when it comes to sports, nicknames, places where teams play, places where people are from, especially when it's famous, it's very well known that Larry Bird is from such a small little town, and he's one of the greatest players of all time. And they always bring it up, Larry Bird from French Lick, Indiana. And he's shooting baskets with his brothers and all this different stuff. And I think Lucas Schielbach probably would have got that if he had gotten that question.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the King we're talking about. Things don't go his way. It's a lot of deflection, just like a certain wizarding villain. But we won't go there. But I mean, both of them, they have their knowledge. Neither one of them landed on what they're comfortable with. Malcolm, unfortunately, stuck with tennis. Kaleb landing on opponent's choice and getting stuck with soccer. I mean, if Kaleb would have got maybe like an NFL, an NBA, maybe some hockey or something else, he could have done better. So both of them just getting the unluck of the wheel with categories they don't like or not familiar with, which happens with sports. You have to face sometimes what you don't know to get better. But
absolutely,
I think with both of these guys, we'll see him work on getting better in the future, hopefully. And I know Malcolm has a big match ahead of him. Kaleb gets his match that he wants to get his easy win that he thinks, but we'll see when that match comes. But for all of us, we're going to sign off so we can get to our main event, which is coming up next. But to sign us all off, we're going to go right down the road. Let's start with our winner, Malcolm Lay. Where can the good kids find you / stalk you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions, where I host a show called Rankum. We're running our Halloween series this month. You can also find me competing in trivia on Multiplex and Worldwide Movie Games and Full Metal and all those fun places. And also find me in Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Malkore.
All right. Our unfortunate loser, the King, Kaleb Koho. Where can the good kids find you / stalk you online?
Oh, sorry. Is Dan done? Oh, okay. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kaleb Koho. That's KALEBKOHO. You can find me on YouTube, Kaleb Koho. I do music there, co-productions. Sometimes I'll put trailers up there. You never know. You just check it out. I got a movie called Chick Part 2 on both channels right now. You can watch that for free. You can find my album Shoot for Teams with my group The Forks on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you consume your digital music. That's not free, but, it's cool. And right here I host Fandom Fight every Friday, singles and teams. I got a match, me and Jim Kings and Winter taking on, has-been oldie boys, call themselves Team 80s, I think. Yeah, whatever, they don't matter. That'll be coming up soon if it hasn't already come out. You can also find me hosting Nerdgasm every Saturday, Fantasy Football every Wednesday. I got a show coming out soon with Jake Marangoni on Thursday, so check that out. And over on Confidential Cinema, I'm playing Ryan Permsen very soon. So if you want to see me, demolish someone in movies and see the rivalry continue, Go over to Confidential Cinema, take a look on that one, and then come back here and watch me do it all over again in Fandom.
All right, and you can find his musical soundtrack free on the Multiplex webpage because I'm going to pirate that bitch just to give it out there to you, the people, for free. One of these days. And my co-host, as always, Dan Skip Allen. Where can the good kids find you / stalk you online?
Well, you can find me watching football, basketball, baseball, NHL, and that's why I have the knowledge I have of sports. So I can write all of these questions. Also, you can find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest, or at From the Fourth Row at WordPress.com, where I write about movies and different things like that. And another website which I work for called Cinesportstalk.com. That's CINESPORTSTALK.com. And I'm also on the Sim Sports Talk podcast, talking sports and movies.
All right. And you can find me here. I am TM Smith, setting up the matches, writing some more, hopefully, modern times questions to match out Dan's oldies but the goodies kick. You can find me with TV, helping Jim with Fandom, and regular TV, a.k.a. writing the matches and, doing all the hard work. While he just kicks back and, enjoys it. You can find me helping out in Fandom or competing whenever I can. You can find me helping out in movies on Mondays, Fandom on Fridays, co-hosting with Kaleb for our fantasy sports talk show every Wednesdays you can find here. And, yeah, you can find me around with Multiplex Entertainment, the YouTube, Multiplex Entertainment's Facebook, same thing. If you want to get involved in matches or what have you, get in a conversation, put your name down. That's where you do it. We also have Twitter, Multiplex YT. If you don't have Facebook, but you have YouTube and you support it, much like Kaleb's next opponent, Jonathan Peck, get at us on there. We'll get you some matches. And, of course, we are on Instagram as well, Multiplex Entertainment Network there. You can find fun pictures, maybe us going to the movies, you can see something like that. And, of course, our TeePublic shirts, support your favorite players, favorite teams. We have a lot of those out now. It kind of helps it used to help us feed our starving college kid, Kane. But
that
now
college kid doesn't exist anymore, I guess. I don't know where he went, but whatever.
Yeah, it's now to get him out of an Afghan prison that Ryan put him in. So support him for that so we can sneak him in stuff so he doesn't become somebody's bitch. But for all of us, again, our winner, Malcolm, our unfortunate loser, Kaleb, my co-host, Dan, I am TM Smith. We'll see you in the main event coming up next. Enjoy Sports Battlefield.